happy weekend. We are officially in Christmas season. Sorry if you can hear my windshield wipers. I need to turn them off. I feel like they just automatically go on when it's raining. It is so gloomy out, but I actually really like it because it just makes me feel like it's more wintry weather, and it just gets me all excited about all the festivities of this month. So I wanted to show you, we're gonna go on some errands and I'm gonna take you through the weekend with me. We're just gonna get all prepped for Christmas time, finish decorating, things like that. So one thing that I like to do with our kids is get them all a new Christmas book each year. I think with having 5, I don't always get them their own, but this year I have a really sweet little store nearby called McKay's that is like thrifted books, and so it made it really attainable and affordable to purchase books for all of them. So I have 4 right now and I'll show you them, but I do need 1 more. So my daughter Haven and I, she's right there, we're gonna go get 1 more book. And Haven, yours isn't really a surprise because you're with me today, but we have this one, which is called The Christmas Snowman. We have, Haven, maybe like cover your ears. We have Christmas Counting, The Runaway Christmas Toy. This one's Haven. She has her ears plugged. Who knows if she'll actually be surprised. The Christmas Doll. And then I need 1 more. So we're gonna go there right now. And then I'm contemplating going antiquing today. I just don't know. I feel like, I don't know, like I really shouldn't be spending money there. And so I just don't know if that's the best idea to go and torture myself if I find something, but I might have a little bit that I can spend there, so we'll see. But for now, we're gonna go to the thrifted bookstore and we'll come home. We will for sure be making cocoa today. I need to get my chalkboard all decked out for Christmas time, so I was gonna take you along with me for that. And yeah, we'll just do all the Christmas festivities together. So let's go ahead and head to the store now. We are getting ready to prep some sourdough. I'm going to be working on scoring it in a way that looks very Christmas-like. I trialed like a Christmas tree design the other day and it turned out pretty good, and then a couple days ago I tried to do like this completely different Christmas tree design and I would say it was okay. It could use some work. So my goal is to keep making sourdough bread over the next week and a half and then kind of get my designs down, because I want to be able to do that like through each holiday season. I think when it comes to sourdough, that was like one of my little dreams, was to totally cater to the season that we're in. So I'm going to do that with you guys, and we're going to prep it and then bake it first thing in the morning. But I wanted to show you the books I found. So first one is this Taste of Home. Let me see if I can get it. Christmas. I love this book. So this is $3, and what Haven's with me, by the way. What I love about it is there was so many good recipes. Like not just desserts like the cover shows. Like this has just such good dinner recipes, appetizers. I feel like I wish I could show you more thoroughly. Great breakfast ideas. I know there's so many good things. So for $3, I felt like, yes, I felt like there was so many good things. I'm actually gonna use, I know, so cute. I'm gonna use one of these recipes tonight to make dinner. So I'll let you know how that goes. But I thought that was a great find. And then the find of all finds, if you know, you know, I found Little Women at Christmas for our new Christmas book of the year. I am so happy. Like, I love Little Women. It's one of my favorite movies. I want to read the book. I feel like it's almost wrong of me to say I love it when I haven't read the book, but oh my gosh, that's just like my style of movie, books, those sort of things. I love that time period. So when I found the Christmas one for kids, I knew, sorry, it's like right at the bottom of the screen. I knew I had to get it for the girls. So I specifically gifted this to Haven. I didn't even wrap it. I was just so excited when I found it. But we're gonna start reading this at nighttime and I'm sure we're gonna love it. There's gonna be so many sweet things. Like, I don't know, I'm just so old fashioned. Like even just the way the writing looks, it's just so pretty. So I'm really excited. Sorry, I'm gonna just bump you. But it just looks so, so sweet. And I'm excited about this one. So that was my little find, a little treasure of the day. So I wanted to show you that. But let's go ahead and prep our sourdough and get going with our bread making. So we just fed our starters, so that's going to go ahead and get going. And in a few hours, we'll do all the prep for bread in the morning. But I wanted to show you this really sweet bread dish. I keep forgetting to show you guys some of the things that I find. So this Falstaff bread dish is just one of my sweetest finds of this year. I really am enjoying bread making. And this one says, I feel like it's a bit hard to read, but it says a joyous heart makes the loaves taste better. I love this so much. So I'm really excited to use this during the holiday season. So I thought I'd get that out and just share that with you. But while that's all going, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my Christmas chalkboard. So let's head over to the dining room and get a little design up for Christmas season. All right, so here's my chalkboard. I just wanted to show you before I go ahead and put some writing on it, how I styled it this year. I went ahead and put vintage postcards all throughout it, and I really, really love the way that it turned out. I went with like a classic white and red striped ribbon to pin all these on, and I really like it. I felt like when I got these last year, I just wasn't quite sure the best way to style them for me, and I've seen so many different ideas, and there's so many lovely ways to do this. I wasn't confident in how to do this, but I love this. So let's go ahead and put a sweet little Christmas-like font on here and have it ready to go. All right, I'm about to work on the chalkboard. This is kind of the idea I'm going for, just the bottom part. I want to do some trees like that at the bottom and then just write a simple classic Merry Christmas on it. So I'm gonna start with the trees because I feel like that may be the most time consuming for me and a little trickier. So let's go ahead and do that and hopefully it'll turn out. My expectations for my chalk writing abilities are very low because I just wing it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I want it to look cute. So let's see what we can do. Here is the Christmas sign for this year. Nothing fancy, nothing groundbreaking to report here, but I think the trees came out pretty cute. I mean, it's so hard for me to figure this out. And then, you know, the writing it's all right. It's cute, it's homemade, handwritten, with all these sweet little handwritten postcards, so I like it. And then I don't think I've shown you much of like what I've done so far. So I do have this up for the dining room. That is literally it. Like, I don't have a centerpiece yet. And then over here, let's see, I just put a lot of my trees up there for now, and then I need to put the bows on these little wreaths. I don't know what happened to this little guy. I don't know why it's missing so much stuff, but it's still cute, and I'm trying to really work with what I have, so that's there. Oh, and I did get a wreath for up here. I did end up getting it from Trader Joe's. So this was like the smaller one. I think it's like $7, and then I put that velvet bow on it. I love it. It just looks very classic. So it's nice and cozy in here. This is still my favorite room in the house when it comes to Christmas stuff. Okay, so I'm really excited because, you know, I forgot to mention too, I really wanted to do like this DIY ornament craft and like these paper bag things, and I actually did try to film it, and for whatever reason it could have just been an off day for me. None of the projects turned out. Like, the ornaments didn't look the way that I wanted. The like little gingerbread paper bags, it was not worthy to share. It was like, I just tossed them, to be honest. So I'm going to show you the ornaments I made for our kids. One of the traditions that I really pray I will keep up with is making them a handmade ornament each year. So this is the second time I've done that, so it's not something that is an older tradition for me. This is very much new, and probably one of the most special ones that I've started, because the kids just get so excited, and I think it's reminded me how much that intentional gift giving is meaningful even to the heart of a young child. So let me show the ornaments that I made for our kids this year. So I may even take them off and show you, even though we have tinsel galore. So this is Luke's this year. I painted a little, let me see if I painted a gingerbread for his, and then, let's see, there's quite a few, so. Mine. Oh, and then here's Haven's. Here comes the tinsel. Haven's, oh, I'm sorry. Haven's is Hello Kitty. That's really what she's into right now, so I painted her that one. And then, ooh, Kinsey's is kind of stuck on here, so let me show you Kinsey's in a second. For my husband, I feel like I can't see if I'm focusing on the ornament or myself. Okay, so for my husband's, I did this ornament. It says, "Our Timeless Love." And then I do try to do like a little note on the back for each of them, just something encouraging. That way they can look back on it and just, I don't know, has a handwritten note, hand-painted thing. Caden's is the snowman. He really likes snowmen right now. So that's his. And then, how many more do I have? I don't know. Let's see. Oh goodness, I'm like searching the tree. Okay, Jameson's is this little red car. He loves cars and he loves the color red. Like, he has been notorious for loving all things red since, I don't know, for the last like 6 months. So I knew that was the perfect combo for him. And then, okay, so I just need to show you Kinsley's, which is like stuck on the tree, so come with me. All right, and there's Kinsley's. She loves acorns, so I decided to hand paint a little acorn for her. She's just really loved them. It's so cute, the way she says it and everything. It is just precious. All right, so I just wanted to be able to share that quickly with you, because more than anything, like, I know that this channel is supposed to be encompassing all things homemaking. I just want you to know at home that there does not need to be a lot of money going out to make your home something special. And I know that a lot of us can hear that, and we're so aware, like, oh, home is not about, you know, decorating it and making it look exceptional and picture perfect. We can know all those things, but sometimes really believing it is a lot harder. And so I just want you to know that your Christmas tree doesn't need to be filled with, you know, these trending ornaments in order to be special and beautiful at Christmas time. There is so much beauty in just living intentionally within your home, doing things that are special and unique to your family unit. So for me, making an ornament, I love arts and crafts. And so this is something that I can do for my kids that I find joy in doing. And it creates this unique tradition within our own family unit that we can look forward to each year. The kids know, like, okay, mom's up to something. She's gonna figure out something that we really love this year. She's gonna put a note on the back. Like, these are things that our kids look forward to. And I think that has reminded my heart this year that it's not about the things, despite what our culture throws in our face. It's not about those things. It's so much deeper than that. And more than anything, Christmas is about Jesus. And for myself, I know that I want to represent him in everything that I do. And so these are little ways that I get to love on my children during this Christmas season. I get to show them that I'm thinking of them. And I mean, gosh, like the little ornament pack itself was like $2. So for $2 and, you know, some of my free time after the kids go to bed, I was able to do something that, Lord willing, they will cherish the rest of their lives. And so I want you to know that there's so many wonderful things that you can accomplish, that you can do, that you can give, that don't involve your wallet, because there's nothing that beats time, intentionality, and thoughtfulness. And that's just something I'm big on. I want you to know that at home, that there's so much more to this Christmas season than what we sometimes feel it's about. And also just with this beautiful time of year and Jesus's birth, I mean, what a gift. One of the random traditions I wanted to share, because I do want to do more of that, is our advent calendar that I made. I'll show you in a moment. My mom started this precious phrase and kind of talk back with my kids that I'm now doing at home. She always put a little Hershey kiss in the advent calendar. And so I've carried that on with my advent calendar here with my children now. But she will ask the question. She will say, because our kids all alternate, she'll say, what is the sweetest gift? Or who is the sweetest gift? And the kids will respond, Jesus. And so that is like the easiest thing, is just to ask a simple question before they get that little chocolate in the morning each day leading up to Christmas. But it's those things that stick with your kids. And so I love finding ways to bring things back to Jesus. Yes, it's fun to have an Advent. It's fun to get a little treat. I'm never opposed to chocolate. I love it. But those things will stick and stay in the hearts of our children. And so I just want you to know that there's so many ways that we can take this time of year and we can remove all of the things that society throws at us, and we can make it fully and immersed in celebrating Jesus and his birth. And it comes from even the littlest things, tiniest details such as that. And so let me show you my Advent, because if you haven't been here long, I made one myself a few years ago, 2 years ago, and it took me 3 months. And so it's my prized possession. Our kids just love and adore it, which makes me feel even better. So let me show you that. But if you do Advent, I think that would be a beautiful way to make the holiday season more Christ-centered, is just to ask that question. Yes, they get their chocolate, but they get that reminder of Jesus being the reason for the season. So let me show you my Advent. All right, so this is my little homemade Advent. I used a single thread to stitch all these. That's what made it take so long. And I didn't use a sewing machine. I just took my sweet old time in the summer of 2021 and made this for my family. But like I said, I mean, this one actually had the little charm fall off, so I need to glue that. But in each one, if I can show you one-handed, there's a little Hershey kiss. So that's how we do things. But I want to be better at sharing traditions, because I think it's so fun to hear from other godly families and Christian families how they do things, because we can all learn from one another. So please, if you have any beautiful, timeless traditions, share them in the comments. I would love to hear them. I would love to read them. I absolutely adore when you all do that, and it would mean so much to hear from you. And another random share, I feel like this is the Christmas video of like, let me share my traditions, let me share random things I've been up to. I promise it won't all be like that, but I feel like these are important matters too. This is the Advent that we are doing. It is by Paul David Tripp. Absolutely love him as an author and speaker. He is fantastic. very godly man, very biblically sound. So this is the one that I'm doing, and I'm actually reading this one to our kids too. And I know that it can be a bit much for the younger kids. So there's plenty of great resources that are geared more towards, you know, kids that are like 6 and under, but I already love reading this one. And so I'm just going to trust the Lord that I can read this to them and that he will, you know, put something on their hearts as a takeaway each day. So my prayer is that I will not skip a day. I feel like it's so hard for me to get through like the full Advent books, even though my heart is in the right place. It's just, I need to be diligent in doing that. Like I love to be in my word, but sometimes I like neglect to actually get through this each Christmas season. So I'm going to do that this year, Lord willing. And this one is just so good. Like there's a little, basically like a little saying at the top of each one. So this is today's. It says, Jesus knew he had come not just to preach the gospel of sacrifice, but also to be that sacrifice. Yet he was perfectly willing. There's just a beautiful quote by him at the top of each one. And then it breaks everything down. It will give you, it's very, just a couple pages, and then it'll give you further study of what to read in the Bible, and it'll give you a central theme. Like this one is willingness. And I'll even tell you, like for families, talk to your children about what it means to be willing and how the sin in our hearts makes us unwilling. Encourage them to talk about places in their lives where they're unwilling. Then talk about how Jesus came to earth and willingly did hard things because he loves us. So I think this is great. I mean, for us, I think I'm going to be doing it in the mornings, but this would be an amazing thing to pull out when you are sitting around the table at dinner, or maybe you're tucking your kids into bed and they're all, you know, a little more relaxed and easily going to listen compared to other times of day. I will link this below. It's just, it's been so, just humbling to remind myself of who Jesus is, what he did for us. And it just helps keep my heart in the right place during this time of year. So I wanted to share that because I know sometimes we all like the idea of an Advent book, but we're not entirely sure what a good one would be. So this is one that I would personally recommend, and I really, really love it. And to finish today's little portion of the vlog, I'm sorry, this is, I feel like I'm just like, listen to this, listen to this. It's kind of overwhelming my own self. I just want to show you the garland I made. I actually thought about like, oh, should I time lapse and show you me working on it? And then I got so eager and so carried away that I just finished my whole garland. So my daughter and I joined a knitting club in our community, and it's just filled with kind, sweet older women, which are our kind of people. We love those kind of ladies. So they taught my daughter how to knit, so she's been working on some stuff. And then I picked up knitting 2 years ago as well. It's like when I entered all my, I mean, I joke and call them like my grandma era hobbies, but I mean, anyone can do these things. I think I just have a heart for that age that I don't know. To me, I say that as like the highest compliment, like of being in that stage. But I want to show you the garland I made because it was so simple and it just added this cozy touch to our tree. And so let me show you what it looks like. All right, so here is the garland. I paired it with this little loopy ribbon from Hobby Lobby, but I really like the way it turned out. It took quite a bit of time because I had to go through the whole tree, and granted, we don't even have a very big tree, but I started at the top here, and I had some of these from 2 years ago, but I think I got to about here, and then I realized I have nothing left, so I had to add a lot, but I really, really like it. As you can see, we're finishing up the living room this week, so we have like construction going on, but I wanted to share that with you. So our tree is going to be complete in the next couple days. We're going to put a lot of red in our decor this year. So home tour is coming. I'm not done decorating. Like, look at, I'm like starting. It's just not, it has not happened yet, but we're getting there. Now we're going to make the Aberdeen beef pie recipe that I had found in my new cookbook. It ended up being so delicious, so I'm really thankful that we decided to try something new on a whim. Today was a special evening because my husband decided to join me in the kitchen, which I have to say definitely helps time to go by a lot faster and makes the experience so much more enjoyable. So I was thankful that he was able to help me get this meal put together and ready to go for our family. While the dinner is in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and get my sourdough prepped and ready to go so that I can bake it first thing in the morning. This has been the process that has worked the best for our family, and I know that so many people who also enjoy sourdough have like their certain times of day that they find to be best for them, and this is just what it's been for me. I love doing this before I go to bed, and I love waking up and just having the smell of a fresh loaf in the oven. Once dinner was over, I went ahead and finished all of my sourdough prep so that I could get to bed at a decent time. Sunday morning, I found myself in the kitchen early as always, prepping for breakfast for our family. Our kids have been wanting to have little gingerbread waffles for a couple weeks now, so I decided today was the morning for that, and I love this little waffle maker. It is so darling, and I had to make quite a few to satisfy the hunger of my growing boys in particular, but it was just a simple, fun way to start our morning in a way that left them joyful. They loved adding homemade whipped cream and sprinkles, which, you know, you can't do that often, but when you do, it sure does brighten your children's day. Now I'm going to get my Dutch oven all heated up so that I can make that sourdough that I have been anticipating. This is just the reward of all rewards because it takes quite a few steps to get your sourdough ready to bake, and so after all that hard work, there's nothing like seeing it come together, and it is so rewarding. Here I am trying to score a Christmas tree. Like I shared, I'm trying to work on little Christmassy patterns. This is the part that I do struggle with the most still. A lot of times it doesn't turn out the way that I hope, but I'm going to keep trying, and I know that if I don't give up, I'm going to get it right eventually. So here goes nothing. Happy Sunday. It is a beautiful afternoon here in Tennessee. The weather is so polar opposite of yesterday. I don't know how that happened. Like, I don't need a jacket today. It's not crazy rain, storms galore. You guys, so here I am trying to be like, oh, I do sourdough now. This is like my new hobby. The scoring did not go as I hoped. First of all, from the video, you saw that I forgot to put the flour on the top before I scored it, which is not what you're supposed to do. So, I mean, that's really not the end of the world typically, but let me show you. Let me show you my Christmas tree. That was supposed to be a Christmas tree. As you can see, right here, I'm being reminded of like the Red Sea being parted, just so perfectly in the middle like this. It's just not, you can see there's potential. This did not work out for me, but the good news is this has been tasting fantastic. So I can fix the other things. The other things are just aesthetics. It does not taste bad at all. But what a shame that the one time I tried to record it, my husband was like, I feel like you get so nervous when you try to record things. I do. Like the pressure of like, okay, if I'm gonna make sourdough and I'm gonna show everyone, it's gotta be super, super good. And then the pressure just destroys me. And as you can see, it showed in the bread making skills that I have now shared with you. So today is gonna be a little festive part 2 day for Christmas. I need to wrap some gifts. I'm troubleshooting like how I wanna wrap things this year. I thrifted some wrapping paper, so we're going to wrap what I do have. My grandma sent some gifts for the kids, so I need to get those wrapped before they find them. And then I wanna see Christmas lights tonight. I would love to watch a Christmas movie. Oh, and then I have, let me get these out of the fridge. You know those just really cute, oops, I just dropped a cheese stick. Pillsbury holiday cookies. I wanna make those with the kids. They love them. And I am always one to choose, sorry, I need to pick this up. I'm always one to choose homemade over anything, but those are just very, very classic. And so I'm gonna make those today. It's simple, it's festive, it's fun for the kids. So they've been looking forward to me making those since I got them like 5 days ago at the store. So we'll do that, and yeah, we'll just get going with all the festivities of this Sunday. So let's start by going ahead and wrapping some presents. To quickly share this gift that my mom got my daughter from all of the older ladies who have written her notes. It is just the most precious thing. I think at some point I need to share more about how these older women that have poured into my daughter's life have directly impacted and changed her for the better. But for now, I had to show you a little glimpse, pause it if you can, of the sweetest gift that my mom found in an antiquing a couple weeks ago. Every year, I try to come up with new and unique ways to wrap the Christmas presents. This year, I decided to use a wax seal on all of the presents, complete with a little piece of greenery from our Christmas tree. And I really love the way it turned out. It's very vintage and one of a kind. And I think it's a great way to kind of spice up the simple wrapping paper that we often do. the Christmas movie is over, so now we're gonna go and see some Christmas lights. Jameson, we're gonna go see Christmas lights. He has loved them so far, haven't you? He has, he loves them. Yes. All right, let's go.